Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up? A lot to talk about today. The Eagles have signed a linebacker from yesterday, the third linebacker signed, which is fantastic. We're going to go over the next move the Eagles could make, a player that is out there that will be the next move. I'm not going to give up on this move until I know that he's not available anymore and there's too much connection with Vic Fangio and this specific player and the Hassan Reddick situation, which I think Eagle fans need to prepare ourselves right now that Hassan Reddick's days are numbered and could be traded. So let's get into it.
We better get ready. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Just want to go over some news for the Philadelphia Eagles, some news from yesterday. If you guys watched the Philly Shakedown last night, where we did live stream and talked about all the moves, but specifically, linebacker has been, the move that, Howie Roseman kind of was challenged at the end of the year press conference this past, at the end of last season. And, kind of wanted to prove to everybody that he still cares about linebacker. And it looks like the Eagles have signed their third linebacker in free agency, which is Oren Burks. Now, this was from Diana Rossini that the Eagles have signed Oren Burks to a one-year deal worth up to $2.5 million. So 28 years old, former third-round pick, was in Green Bay for 4 years. The last 2 years he's been on the San Francisco 49ers. I know he came in on an injury at the linebacker core last year, and within 5 games, he had 40 tackles and a sack. I mean, pretty damn productive. And this is a good special teamer as well. You have Zach Bond. That's a really good special teamer, but has transitioned himself from a defensive end to an off-ball linebacker with some great success at the end of the year, or at least from last year with the New Orleans Saints. You get Devin White, which I think is one of the most underrated signings. I think needs a brand new, just a new culture, new team, just a fresh start for Devin White and what he could do as being the best linebacker for this team, most athletic, and will his pass rush will come in handy for the Philadelphia Eagles. And you got a guy right here that's his coverage isn't that bad, and he's another guy that can go after the quarterback as well. So there's going to be a lot of competition at linebacker. The more bodies you open up here to training camp, and what you can have as some competition is a fantastic thing. You're getting some veteran guys. You have a guy in Devin White going to his prime. Obviously, Zach Bond's another guy that is a veteran, and you're getting another veteran on top of it with Oren Burks coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I don't know where this is going to lead, where this is going to go, but as long as they're adding bodies to the position, I really don't care. And yes, I know, guys, the Eagles haven't signed an all-pro to linebacker. The Eagles could have gotten a million other types of guys they wanted, but there is a plan in place here. Maybe they're going after some of these other guys that really haven't had the best, consistent seasons, is because they see there's a lot of flash in all of these guys. Devin White, I think, is going to be a monster here. I think he's going to turn it around. Bond, Zach Bond might be more of a special teams guy, but can contribute because he's more of a scheme fit and he loves Vic Fangio's system. And you have Oren Burks right here that, not bad to get a guy from the 49ers that knows all the tips and tricks to what they do defensively and could help us, when once we get to the playoffs next year, if that's the case, and has some starting experience, came in on an injury and really just became pretty productive for the 49ers as well. So I'm very happy with the signing. I think this isn't a lock. This still opens up more competition, and this opens up that they could draft somebody else. They could draft a linebacker pretty high. Maybe not first round, but with those second round picks, I feel like there is a linebacker coming to Philadelphia. Somebody's going to drop. The Eagles will get a prime starter, and I think this is going to be the best competition we had at linebacker in a while. Nakobe Dean has a lot to overcome with the rest of these guys in front of him now. A lot of competition. Ben Van Sumeren, the undrafted free agent from Michigan State, is another one. All the athletic ability, but unfortunately, just the terminology's not really has been sitting well with him. Put into some of these good positions. So, very happy about the linebacker core so far. I think we're building something nicely here, and putting a lot of high expectations on some of these guys, some veterans, some guys going to their prime, and I think this is a great move. And the more linebackers we have, the better it's going to be. There's going to be more that are going to be coming to the Eagles, and I don't think they're done yet. The draft is definitely, you have E. Cooper, on a pre-draft visit as of right now with the Eagles scheduled. I don't know if they already did it already, but he is going to be visiting. So I don't think this is done yet. The Eagles want to make sure that this position is, that it's right. And then at the end of the year, the Eagles will have more cap space, by next offseason, and then there'll be a lot of re-sign candidates. Okay. If some guys work out, if Devin White works out, he could be a re-sign candidate. Oren Burks could sign for another couple years. So I mean, it comes down to all these contracts. I know you don't like the 1-year contracts. I know we've been kind of complaining about it. But with these guys, 6 day of free agency, you can't really give them that much. And obviously they are in they are in the situation that they're in because they're flashing, they're not getting enough playing time, and they're showing some uprise. You want to turn some careers around. You want to give somebody a brand new, a new picture, brand new shot in Philadelphia, and a fresh start for a lot of these guys that are going to play and try to make a name for themselves and work their ass off. So I'm happy for Howie adding more linebackers. And like I said, this will not be the end of linebackers for the Eagles. Now, the next move the Eagles can make that I'm not going to give up on, I will never give up on this move until it is said and done and he goes somewhere else or signs with the Eagles. It's Justin Simmons. I mean, it's obvious. I still think they need to add one more safety to this group, and I'm sorry. I know the news came out a few days ago that the Eagles checked in on Justin Simmons, and unfortunately, he's putting too much money on himself right now. But each day that passes by, he doesn't get paid. He doesn't sign with somebody. His price is going to drop. So it's kind of obvious that the Eagles are going to give the agent a call, give Justin Simmons' agent a call, and see what the situation is, what the money is going to look like. Justin Simmons is a very high praise to Vic Fangio. Loves him as a coach, loves playing in his system, and a 31-year-old that's not going to get a big contract, not a long-term 4 or 5 year deal. It'll be probably a 2-year deal, something like that. And to have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Justin Simmons back there, damn. I think the attitude of this defense is going to change. This is another leadership role. This is another voice in the defense that could really, keep guys accountable. And Justin Simmons has always been that leader. Still plays at a pro, as a all pro level. So I have no issue with this at all. I'm not giving up on this until it is said and done. There has been no reports. Then a few days ago where it said the Eagles backed out, and then the Titans have had interest in a lot of safeties. But other than that, it's been pretty damn quiet, and I wonder why. Because Justin Simmons has been sitting tight. The safety market has plummeted, and unfortunately, he's not going to get what he wants. So until this is said and done that he's not signing with the Eagles or whatever, I'm going to be on the Justin Simmons train, okay, to bring in a savvy vet with a guy that's here long-term and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Thank God the attitude. I mean, I just get Justin Simmons and Chauncey together on the back end. I think they could become one of the best safety duos in the league. I'm not even kidding. Their attitudes, their pushback, I mean, keeping guys accountable. And there would be what happened last year where the Eagles just lost their attitude, lost their edge. With guys like this in the back end, that is never going to happen. We will never fall short. We will never have this low energy type, of, team. And the attitude is definitely going to change with those two guys in the back end. And let me tell you something. It's night and day what the safety group is going to look like. Add Justin Simmons to that mix. Reed Blankenship will be your number 3 most likely. And I think you're already set with the Justin Simmons move, and hopefully it does happen. I'm not going to give up on this until I actually see it with my own 2 eyes, and then we can go past it and say, hey, maybe they'll add another safety. I know there's some other guys. I know that Blackman, he's available from the Colts, coming off of a big injury, so he'd be a low risk, high reward type signing if the Eagles want to go for him as well. So I think Justin Simmons is the next move, and if it's not, maybe the Eagles do call. We'll see what happens. I'm just feeling that it's going to happen. I'm feeling it, and we're really close. So we'll see in the coming days. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully the next day. Hopefully tonight. We'll find out and we'll see. And lastly, Hassan Reddick. This is the one situation I think Eagle fans are going to have to compromise with themselves, is that he could be gone. Josh Sweat getting restructured. It's been still days. There hasn't been any news. Even with Josh Sweat getting restructured, at least you would think that some type of news would come out on Hassan Reddick on a trade or whatnot. Guys got to remember, the Eagles are getting a lot of cap space back, whether he gets cut, which is not going to happen, gets traded, or resigns with the Eagles. It's going to be $11+ million in cap space coming back. Okay, that's a big chunk of change. Your two moves, really, your one move and Kevin Byard freed up, 13, whatever it was. But this move here is gonna free up a lot more. 11 plus $1 million. And I really hope Reddick stays because I feel like if they let him go and don't do anything, I feel like there's gonna be something. It's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well because anything else that you get is not gonna be an upgrade. Okay, double digit sacks. Hassan Reddick is not going to. He's not declining. Like if I felt like Hassan Reddick was declining and I could see it, I would obviously move on from him. Like I said, if there's a team out there that gives us a trade where that we get a first round pick for this year, I would take it in a heartbeat because you can't miss out on picks like that, especially for fantastic players. Even though the Eagles should be moving up in this draft twice, they should with the first and obviously one of their second rounders because they have two of them. But it's making it hard for me to say, man, I wish they could just keep everybody in the building. I wish that Reddick could just get his extension. What is it going to look like? I don't know. If Bryce Huff is getting 17 million a year with one season, not even playing a full season, still getting 10 double digit sacks at 10, 10 and a half sacks, then I don't know what Reddick is going to be. Is Reddick really going to cost 25 plus $1 million with multiple double digit sack seasons? Because if they let go of him, they're obviously their first move is going to have to be an edge rusher in the draft. They're going to have to figure that out. Because after this year, if you lose Reddick, you're going to lose Josh Sweat after this year. You're going to lose Brandon Graham after this year. And all you really have is Nolan Smith. And that's all you really have at this point. And yeah, it's going to be a big blow to the Eagles if they get rid of Reddick. I know Reddick wants to come back. This thing is taking so long. So if we get to April, if we get to the first day of April, we still got the rest of March. We get to the first day of April, and he's still not re-signed yet. I could strongly agree that there is going to be some type of trade that's going to happen during the draft. Okay, where the Eagles are going to move up. They're going to trade Reddick. They're going to get some comp. They're going to get obviously a lot of money back. And, maybe they want to move. Maybe they can use them as a trade chip to move up in the top 15 if that's what they want to do, or the top 20, at least like between 17 to 20, or maybe 15 to 17 or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong about this whole entire thing because I haven't heard anything else about Reddick seeking. So Reddick has seeked out a trade and trying to see what his worth is and wants to bring that number back to the Eagles to see if Howie Roseman will say, okay, I can't give you this number, but let's kind of meet in the middle. Maybe we can get something done. So I don't know what's going to happen here. If they lose Hassan Reddick and they get crappy picks, I'm already going to be pissed off about a deal like that. Unless Fangio is saying, look, like he's already going to turn 30. He's not a long-term piece here. And, things, we have to sacrifice and make some changes. If you're not getting Lot 2, you're getting Chop Robinson. Those are the guys I'm probably going to go after if Reddick ends up getting traded. And I don't think, I'm sorry, but if you don't get anything than higher than a first round pick, I don't care about trading him for anything else. I don't think I'll be satisfied with a second round pick because he's way too valuable. To trade him to another team and then start the first day and be as valuable and productive as he's going to help another team easily. I don't want to miss on the chance of him being here with Bryce Huff on the other side and obviously the rest of the guys on the defensive line too. It's just too important right now. Brandon Graham coming back for one more year. So you don't want to make this a weakness. Okay, you got to get pressure with your defensive line. And I'm sorry, but Vic Fangio was third in pressures last year. So this is a tough one for me to figure out what they're going to do and how it's going to happen. So let me know what you guys think about the whole Hassan Reddick situation. It's too quiet, so maybe quiet is a good thing because if there was more reports that Reddick was unsatisfied or still hasn't reached a deal yet, or this is taking a lot longer than expected, then so maybe if nothing's being said or reported whatsoever, maybe that's a good sign for us that he is coming back. So I'm praying to God with my hands together that this is going to work out. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Just kind of want to go over Oren Burks, the new linebacker added to the linebacker core right now, adding a lot of veteran guys, veterans going into their prime years, and a big competition is going to happen in OTAs to, joint training camp and, preseason, all that great stuff. So a lot of experienced players here, vet type players and players in their prime. It's a fantastic feeling that he's put so much into this linebacker core already. I don't think this is it. I think they go into the draft. I think they do some more things. I think Justin Simmons is still the next move for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry. Until he is off the board and someone signs him, I think Vic Fangio is going to go ham for Justin Simmons. I think Howie Roseman is going to literally not stop and get a deal done with him as soon as possible because they need another safety in the room. So we'll see what happens with that. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. Make sure you like the video too, because it does help out the channel a lot. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting the whole offseason. Free agency has been fun. The Eagles have been busy, and there's going to be a lot to go over in the near future. And hopefully everything in this video is true. Hopefully Reddick stays, and hopefully Justin Simmons is the next target. We'll see what happens. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Chicks up, follow, peace out, guys. Peace.